hour at 10. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
All right, joining us on the debate, we have Khaliqur Rahman, political analyst, Gokul Chandran, Manoj KAKA, spokesperson, Samajwadi Party, Professor Sangit Ragi, political analyst. My first question is to you, national spokesperson of VHP. Vijay Shankar Tiwari जी, जब पुलिस अपना काम कर रही है, तो विश्व हिंदू परिषद बीच में क्यों आ रही है? ये सवाल आपसे पूछा जा रहा है, या फिर आप पुलिस की जगह लेने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं?
पद्मजा जी, ये तो नासमझ हैं या तो इनको समझ में नहीं है। देश में विकास के लिए बहुत सारी मिनिस्ट्रीज काम करती हैं, इसके बाद भी एनजीओ बीच में जाकर के समाज का काम करती हैं, लोगों की रक्षा का काम करती हैं, लोगों को आगे बढ़ाने का काम करती हैं, लोगों के बीच में रोजगार पैदा करने का काम करती हैं। सरकार भी करती है और इसके बाद भी एनजीओ भी करती हैं। इसी प्रकार से हिंदू सुरक्षा के लिए हिंदू संगठन काम विश्व हिंदू परिषद इस काम के हमेशा काम करता रहा है। और केवल हिंदुओं ने, कभी कभी तो आपदा आती तो पूरे समाज के लिए करता है विश्व हिंदू परिषद। कोरोना आया तो पूरे समाज के लिए विश्व हिंदू परिषद ने किया। लेकिन आज हिंदुओं को डराया जा रहा है, धमकाया जा रहा है, उनको गला काटने की धमकी दी जा रही है। तो आप पद्मा जी सोचिए कि कुछ प्रदेश तो ऐसे हैं जहां पर कार्रवाई नहीं होती है, जिनको धमकी मिलती है थाने जाते हैं, कार्रवाई नहीं होती है। तो ऐसे में वो हिंदू समाज क्या करेगा? उसको एक ऐसा फोन नंबर दिया गया बजरंग दल का कि आप जाइए और बजरंग दल के कार्यकर्ता आपको लेकर थाने जाएंगे और आपकी रिपोर्ट लिखवाएंगे, और जब तक इस पर कार्रवाई नहीं होगी तब तक इसका फॉलो अप करेंगे।
मनोज काका जी, जब असहाय की सहायता की जा रही है तो उसे एनजीओ कहते हैं, नफरत नहीं।
अच्छा, ये असहाय की सहायता के लिए मैं समझ रहा हूं कि ये आंकड़ा आपको भी दिखाना चाहिए कि अभी विगत माह नवंबर में CMI के डाटा है कि 13 मिलियन लोगों की नौकरी चली गई। आज भूखमरी दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा हमारी हालात भूखमरी में है। मैं पूछना चाहूंगा कि विश्व हिंदू परिषद लोगों को भोजन देने के लिए, लोगों को रोजगार देने के लिए, उनके बीच में आपसी भाईचारा और सद्भाव कैसे बढ़े, इसके लिए कभी कोई हेल्पलाइन नंबर जारी करेगी क्या? तो इस देश में उन्माद कैसे बढ़े? और देखिए, ये कितना बड़ा सवाल खड़ा कर रहे हैं। अब इट मीन्स कि 8 साल से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार है और माननीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी को ये सोचना चाहिए कि विश्व हिंदू परिषद के लोग, बजरंग दल के लोग सवाल खड़ा कर रहे हैं कि नरेंद्र मोदी और भारतीय जनता पार्टी अब देश के लोगों की सुरक्षा नहीं कर पा रही है। अब उन्माद फैलाने वाला ये संगठन देश के लोगों की रक्षा करेंगे।
चलिए, पहला जवाब आप दीजिए विजय शंकर जी, पहला जवाब आप दीजिए कि आप सामाजिक सौहार्द बढ़ाने के लिए कभी हेल्पलाइन जारी करते हैं, नौकरी के लिए जारी करते हैं?
हाँ, एक मिनट मनोज काका से, हाँ एक मिनट से बात करिए। देखो, देश में जो छूत छात का विषय है, पिछड़ा वर्ग का विषय है, हम 20,000 सेवा के केंद्र चलाते हैं मनोज काका जी, जहां पर गरीब लोगों को प्रशिक्षित किया जाता है ताकि उनको रोजगार मिले। आजकल हम इस प्रकार के जो
अभी
उद्योग हैं, गरीब, अरे आपको,
अरे सुन लीजिए, भूख के लिए
मनोज काका सुन लीजिए,
2 साल के बेटी को रोटी तक नहीं नसीब।
मनोज जी, आपने सवाल पूछा तो आप उनको जवाब देने दीजिए।
कर लिया पूरे परिवार के साथ।
आप ही का सवाल था कि आपने कभी कुछ किया भुखमरी के लिए, आपने कुछ किया गरीबी के लिए, तो उनका सवाल, उनका जवाब सुन लीजिए।
कहाँ आपका हेल्पलाइन नंबर काम कर रहा है?
विजय शंकर जी,
आपके सिर्फ प्रचार तंत्र में, सिर्फ
पद्मजा, अरे सुनिए,
कहीं जमीन पे कोई हकीकत
सुन लीजिए,
एक एक करके। विजय शंकर जी,
मनोज काका, फिर आप क्या कर रहे थे? अरे सुनिए तो, अरे बात सुनने, देखो मनोज काका, फिर मैं आपसे प्रश्न करता हूं, आप एक राजनीतिक पार्टी हैं, लोगों के वोट लेते हैं, आप आंख बंद करके क्या देख रहे थे? उनका भूखा मरते हुए देख रहे थे आप ये कल्पना कर रहे थे कि ये कब तक प्रताड़ित हो जाए? हम तो उनके बीच में जाकर काम करते हैं। 1 लाख एकल विद्यालय चलते हैं जहां पर लोगों को शिक्षा दी जाती है। ट्राइबल्स में जाकर काम करते हैं, बनवासी बच्चों को लेकर उनको छात्रावास में रखकर पढ़ाने का काम करते हैं। कितने का हमारा बजरंग दल लाखों यूनिट रक्त देकर लाखों लोगों की जान बचाता है। ये है वो बजरंग दल। इस प्रकार के इतने सारे काम अगर आपको दिखाई नहीं पड़ते हैं तो उसमें हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते।
मनोज काका जी, ये बताइए कि क्या ये चीज कोई गलत है कि अगर कोई आदमी डर में जी रहा है यहां पर ये तो आपको पता ही होगा कि कन्हैया लाल जी ने जाकर के पुलिस में कंप्लेंट कराई थी। उन्होंने कहा था मेरी जान को खतरा है, मेरे घर का रेकी किया जा रहा है, 5 लोग मेरी दुकान के चक्कर लगा रहे हैं, उसके बावजूद उनको सुरक्षा देना दूर, उनको जेल में डाल दिया गया। आज अगर बजरंग दल वीएचपी कह रहा है कि हम दूसरा कन्हैया नहीं होने देंगे, पुलिस तो नाकाम थी ना वहां पे उदयपुर में, आज वीएचपी कह रहा है हम दूसरा कन्हैया नहीं होने देंगे, इसमें धार्मिक उन्माद कैसे बढ़ रहा है?
पद्मजा, बहुत ठीक सवाल किया आपने। मुझे बहुत खुशी होती है कि आप ज्यादातर समय में आप कम से कम पत्रकार कम और राजकीय जो है प्रवक्ता ज्यादा नजर आती हैं। ठीक बात है, लेकिन कन्हैया को मारने वाले लोग किस पार्टी के थे? कृपया अपने मंच पे बताएं, किस पार्टी के लोग थे वो, किस पार्टी के सदस्य रहे वो?
मनोज काका जी,
निश्चित रूप से
सिर्फ क्योंकि ये मैं सवाल पूछ रही हूँ कि किसी पुलिस की नाकामी से कन्हैया लाल जी की जिंदगी चली गई, तो ये राजकीय प्रवक्ता कैसे हो गया? ये तो किसी भी मानवीय प्रवक्ता की बात हुई ना। आप नहीं जानना चाहते कि दूसरे कन्हैया की हत्या ना हो पुलिस की नाकामी की वजह से? आप बीजेपी के प्रवक्ता बन जाते क्योंकि आप ये पूछ रहे हैं कि भाई कन्हैया को मरने क्यों दिया गया? उनके घर के 2 किलोमीटर दूर सर तन से जुदा के नारे लग रहे थे पुलिस चौकी के बाहर, और अगर आप ये सवाल पूछे तो आप प्रवक्ता बन जाते हैं।
आप एक्सपोज हो रही हैं, आप दिख रही हैं।
सर हम क्या एक्सपोज हो रहे हैं? कन्हैया के मर्डर ने एक्सपोज कर दिया जिसको एक्सपोज होना था। जिनको एक्सपोज होना था वो तो कन्हैया जी के मर्डर से एक्सपोज हो चुके हैं।
निश्चित करने में
अब ये राजनीति है।
विश्व हिंदू परिषद सुरक्षा करेगा। आप पद्मजा ये सवाल कर दीजिए और ये बयान अपने मंच के माध्यम से जारी कर दीजिए कि अब नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार, गृह मंत्रालय देश के लोगों की सुरक्षा करने में नाकाम है, अब विश्व हिंदू परिषद और बजरंग दल करेगा।
अच्छा, इसका जवाब दे दीजिए। चलिए विजय शंकर जी, देन आई विल ब्रिंग इन संगीत रागी।
संवैधानिक संस्थानों का
नाकामी है, ये संस्थानों की नाकामी है।
मैं बताता हूँ पद्मजा, मैं एक बार
आप किस
पद्मजा कानपुर में मस्जिद से निकलने वाले लोग जो पत्थरबाजी कर रहे थे वो किस पार्टी के लोग थे? ये समाजवादी पार्टी के लोग अपने गुंडे भेज करके, अपने जिहादी भेजकर मस्जिद के अंदर से पत्थर लेके बाहर निकालते हैं और इसके बाद कहते हैं हम इनके साथ नहीं हैं। यानी आप पत्थरबाज तैयार करते हैं, आप उन्मादी तैयार करते हैं, आप हिंदुओं को डर दिखाने वाले लोग, आप लोगों के कारण आज हिंदुओं में भय में पैदा करने की कोशिश की जा रही है।
ये आप इसका जल्दी से जवाब दीजिए क्योंकि आपके ऊपर विशेष टिप्पणी की गई है। देन आई रियली वांट टू ब्रिंग इन संगीत रागी। यस,
विद्वता जानता हूं, नफरत भरी आप जैसे चिंटुओं की विद्वता मैं खूब समझता हूं।
ये सही बात नहीं है मनोज जी, ऐसी भाषा का इस्तेमाल मत कीजिए। ये टीवी पे किसी को चिंटू मिंटू ये बोलना सही बात नहीं है।
आप कौन है? क्या औकात है आपकी स्थिति क्या है? आपका क्या स्टेज है? आप कहां पर खड़े हैं? आप क्या हैं?
समाजवादी
मनोज काका आप क्या हैं?
समाजवादी पार्टी,
मैंने किसी भाषा का प्रयोग नहीं किया। मैंने कहा आपके लोग समाजवादी पार्टी के जिनको दायित्व था, जिनके पास पद था, ऐसे लोग मस्जिद से नहीं निकले कानपुर से। मनोज काका बताइए, जिनके आपका समाजवादी पार्टी का दायित्व था, ऐसे लोग मस्जिद से निकले के लिए निकले कानपुर से?
जी, ओके, लेट मी आस्क संगीत रागी, प्रोफेसर संगीत रागी ऑल्सो। प्रोफेसर संगीत रागी, व्हाट डज इट से अबाउट द सिचुएशन? आज मनोज काका पूछ रहे हैं कि क्या सरकारी तंत्र इतना निष्क्रिय हो गया है? इज इट सो हेल्पलेस दैट नाउ अदर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैव टू फिल इन फॉर द पुलिस? दिस शोज the complete collapse of law and order under the Modi government, says the Samajwadi Party.
Padmaja, first of all, I will condemn the kind of the language and the words that has been used by Samajwadi Party spokesman. It's really a disgrace on national television. It speaks of a very poor nurturing in language and articulation. And please don't bring disrepute to your such a fantastic show by bringing such people on national television. They don't deserve your show. Anyway, second point, when it happens that the state, it is not Narendra Modi, it is not Narendra Modi which is in position to handle the law and order situation in all the state. Law and order situation is to be tackled by the state governments. Unfortunately, both the incidents, whether it was in Amravati or in Udaipur, these incidents this horror killing took place in both the non-BJP ruling states. But it doesn't mean that the threats to the Hindus are not in BJP states. This is a kind of a mindset, Padmaja, which has been created over a period of time, that Islam is in danger, Islam is in danger, and this kind of slogans have been used by opposition parties just to arouse the madness of mind among the Muslims. And I don't buy that it is Nupur Sharma who's provoked this much that it led to the killing of two persons. In fact, such kind of theater was created by the politicians, the Maulanas, the Maulvis, who demonstrated violently on the state. They hit the state and created an ambience in which the insanity prevailed and the two persons were killed. What kind of society are we going to build? Are we going to build a kind of society like Taliban or Pakistan, where if somebody is critical of, then he should be met out with death penalty?
No, but the police is supposed to handle that, right? Why is the VHP Bajrang Dal coming in? Now, I'll tell you, most people reacted to this saying that we'll have the kind of situation, जैसे बिहार में रणवीर सेना के साथ होती थी, that there were extrajudicial killings. Then you had started having clashes, upper caste, lower caste. That is the kind of lawlessness we will give rise
to. What is happening that the state is, I must admit, that the way and the scale on which the fear psychosis has been created all over the country in the Muslim pockets, states after states, cities after cities, I welcome the step initiated by Vishv Hindu Parishad. It must come to rescue the Hindus who are under threat. It must pressurize the government of the day to take care of the Hindu lives. Why does it happen? Why does it happen that Mahua Maitra is hell-bent on insulting the Hindu goddess and Devis and not ready to even apologize because there is no threat perception from the Hindus? Had this been the case, and it should not be, I am again repeating, because the Hindus never have reacted in a militant way, the way some religions do in Syria, in Taliban, in Morocco, in Jordan, countries after countries. You will be finding that this kind of mindset which has taken place which has given, episode like Amravati and Udaipur. So I think that the Muslims, a particular section of the Muslim in this country, are trying to bring in the kind of Islam which is in practice in Syria, in Boko Haram.
Okay, so you're saying Gokul Chandran, this is to reassure people who are living in a fear psychosis. This is not about picking up arms. It is to reassure, saying we are also there to help you.
Yeah, good evening, Padmaja. At the outset, the only positive point which I see here is finally the Vishv Hindu Parishad and the Bajrang Dal have started believing in the constitution and believing in the Indian law and the Indian police. But I have a doubt. Okay, I can understand giving helpline numbers for Rajasthan and Maharashtra, etc. But how come Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka and Gujarat police are not being trusted by VHP? Their own chief ministers are there, their own home ministers are there. Here, I really doubt the intentions of VHP. It doesn't seem to be a helpline number for protecting the people, but it seems to be a helpline number for protecting the violent people and the people who create terror.
How?
And see.
How?
I'll tell you.
How have you associated violence with the victim? VHP is literally saying कि आपको threat आएगा तो हमारे पास आइए, and you're like नहीं, जो complain करेंगे वही violent है.
See, even today, the courts are protecting the Hindus. Nupur Sharma is being protected by the court and the government. Yes, senior journalist of CNews. He's being protected by the Supreme Court and the governments and by the UP police. Then everybody is protecting such people.
Then how are Kanhaiya and Umesh Kole dead? If according to you, the government, the police, the courts, everyone is protecting Hindus, then why is it that there are 2 people who are beheaded in our country and both people are Hindus? They are the most protected in our country, right?
Padmaja, I'll tell you. I'll come to that. See, in Rajasthan, you say in Rajasthan and Maharashtra, such cases have happened because they are Congress-ruled state, because you don't have trust in Congress government. But is this the case in Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh and Karnataka? So
what is your point, sir? Right now you're just jumping from goalpost to goalpost. Right now you said that Hindus are the most protected by everyone, so they don't need any helpline. If Hindus are the most protected by everyone, how did Kanhaiya get murdered?
Yeah, Padmaja, I'll tell you. So that the VHP doesn't believe in any police, any state, any chief minister.
Again, you are jumping the goalpost. I am asking you a simple question that if Hindus feel hunted, the VHP is saying we will fill in the space where there is a lacuna. There is a fear psychosis in the last 1 week. In the last 1 week, sir, at least 12 attacks have been reported from across the country. One 16-year-old girl in Maharashtra was told, you will be next to be beheaded. You know why? Because she said, Kanhaiya's murder should not have happened. She didn't say anything about the Prophet. She didn't say anything about Islam. She didn't even say anything about Nupur. All she said was, Kanhaiya shouldn't have been beheaded. And somebody got offended by her opposing beheading and saying, we will behead you next. Now, shouldn't the VHP reach out to that girl and say, we will help you?
Padmaja, exactly. This was when all this started. Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot came out and told Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah should talk to the nation and call for peace. It is not the VHP that needs
Sir,
to be...
it's not as if people who are beheading are waiting for Narendra Modi to come on TV and say, don't behead people, and then they will say, okay, Modi ji, now that you have said, we will stop beheading. People who are carrying out beheadings know beforehand that what they are doing is wrong. They are not waiting for Narendra Modi to come on national TV and appeal against beheading. What kind of a vapid logic is that?
Okay. This VHP can do this. Why not Mr. Modi is not doing? And one more point. And who is
VHP is not coming on TV and giving addresses. VHP is coming and saying, police register नहीं करेगी, हम मदद करेंगे. अगर आपका कोई बात नहीं सुन रहा है, हम मदद करेंगे. अगर आपको कोई धमका रहा है, हम मदद करेंगे पुलिस के पास जाने.
One second. And who is this VHP? And who is Bajrang Dal? They are the biggest extremist elements of India, independent India.
That is not for you to certify. Sir, Sangit Ragi quickly respond. Professor Sangit Ragi.
How they are coming as...
Whoever is stepping up to help, okay, fine. If the VHP and Bajrang Dal are the biggest terrorist elements, you open a helpline, na Gokul Chandran? You open a helpline. You are the most secular person. If somebody is feeling afraid and they are feeling threatened, you open a helpline. Let the Congress open a helpline. They are the most secular. Manoj KAKA should open a helpline.
I have a police to approach. I have police stations to approach.
But sometimes the police doesn't listen. Sometimes, and you'll be actually, if you do not realize that already, the fact of the matter is, Mr. Chandran, there were many people that we approached to speak to us because they were being threatened. Now the thing is, it's very easy for you to sit on television and talk. But unko usi mohalle mein rehna hai. They have to live there. So they say, we will live with the threats. But we will not go to the police because we are scared our own neighbors may tomorrow kill us. And we have nowhere else to go. Which is when the VHP comes in and says, we will ensure this bullying ends. Answer this. Professor Sangit Ragi.
Padmaja, you rightly pointed out, the Vishv Hindu Parishad is not saying that it will resort to unconstitutional methods to help out the Hindus. What briefly it is saying that if the Hindus are under threat, they need not fear. They must inform Bajrang Dal and the Vishv Hindu Parishad. The people of Bajrang Dal would help them by taking them to the police station, forcing the police administration to register the case and follow it up to the conclusion. So this is precisely what so far Vishv Hindu Parishad and Bajrang Dal has stated. As far as threat perception is concerned, look at the dichotomy of this country. 25 crore is not threatened in this country. and 100 crore Hindus are feeling threatened. What kind of democracy and what kind of secularism we have nurtured in this country? It is absolutely spurious. It is abuse. We don't have to, my head hangs in shame to look at the secularism narrative. It has always been used for Hindu bashing. It has always been used to target the Hindus, because these panelists have no guts to speak out against the Islamic terrorists. They have no guts to say that the kafir word is a word which creates a mind of militancy in the people who follow the ideology. They don't have guts to say that the jihad is intended to wage a war against non-believers, because they don't say, because they can't do it. They have no guts, and this because they neither have guts, and the second reason, because they want to, seek the votes of the Muslims.
So, Khaliqur Rahman, this is about standing up ideologically. There is one ideology which is coming, and a radical militant ideology which is coming and threatening people, at best and at worst physically harming them. So the Vishv Hindu Parishad is saying, as an ideology, we are going to stand as a shield. And let me remind you, this is not the first time. The Jamiat actually in India opened a helpline for terror accused. The Jamiat and the PFI went out and said that we will help people accused of murdering Kamlesh Tiwari. Murder accused have the right to get help. But people who are being threatened should not get any help, because apparently that creates hate. When murder accused are defended, that doesn't create any hate. That is secularism. Why?
Padmaja, I'll not justify what, the PFI or the Jamaat has done at that point of time, because we are living in a country where every citizen, feels secured, because this is the responsibility of the government and the duty of the government. And I feel that be it the central government or the government in the states, they are doing their job in order to protect, in order to, provide the security and secure every single individual who are living in our country. But, talking about that Islam is in danger, because let me tell you, because in India,
but sir, people are not feeling secure. That's the very point. That people are feeling insecure because they are being threatened and bullied for having an opinion.
Let me complete. And the people who say that the Islam is in danger in India, I don't really agree with that, because every religion has been given the right by the Constitution to practice. And in fact, the Muslims are practicing their religion without any...
That is great. But if there is a helpline, what is the problem with it?
No, because see, we have got the police. It is the duty and the responsibility of the police. And I do agree that...
But nobody in the VHP is saying we are going to go and file, a warrant, or we are going to arrest anyone. That the police will do. They are literally. So here, you would be okay. So let's leave out VHP. Let's leave out Jamiat. Christian organizations in Kerala are running a helpline to combat love jihad. Christian organizations. In a bid to curb increasing incidents of alleged love jihad, Christian groups in Kerala started a helpline in line with the one floated by Sangh Parivar. It aims to avert love affairs between Christian girls and Muslim boys who have been misled. This is a helpline. Nobody is saying that Christian groups are stopping anyone from marrying, but they started a helpline. Another helpline, United Against Hate, launches helpline for lynching and hate crime victims in July 2019. So United Against Hate said, if you are being lynched, we will help you. We're starting a helpline. Why? Isn't the police acting against lynching incidents? Why is United Against Hate starting a helpline? Why is the Jamiat running a helpline? Why are Christian organizations running a helpline? Because then it is help. When somebody else does it, it's hate.
No.
What is the logic?
Definitely not. See, what is important here is that we have to actually address the grassroots problem here, because whoever are actually, threatening are using the social media platform to threaten somebody. It is the duty of the police to deal with them, and police, in fact...
But the police is dealing with them, Mr. Rahman. The question is, this is only a helpline. Nobody is saying I'm going to go out and kill or capture people who are threatening.
No, we can have a helpline to counsel the people. And of all the
Okay,
reasons,
sir,
why only
really, if you
people
think
Hindu?
people who are carrying out marches on the street saying Gustakhe Rasool ki ek saza are waiting for counseling, in an ideal world, I hope that counseling solves that problem. But I don't really think that they are waiting to be counseled to say.
If the police deals with them in a very high-handed manner, then these things can be avoided, actually.
Well, that is a great question, sir, because the video that you're seeing on your screen right now was shot a week before Kanhaiya Lal was murdered, 2 kilometers away from the tailoring shop where he was murdered. Why the Udaipur police could not see a mob of 100 people running around saying Gustakhe Rasool ki ek saza is a question best answered by you. And actually, this is the gap that VHP says we are going to plug. That when these slogans happen, if you feel threatened, we will ensure the cops don't turn a blind eye, but within the ambit of law. Thanks very much, all gentlemen, for joining me.